And the next thing that I kind of want to go into, just to go really quickly, because we do have a special guest that I want to introduce to you all, but I felt it was really important to talk on this, is within the world of pageantry. Now, I know if you're watching this, you've probably come from the Miss Universe social media pages, or maybe my audience. And the way and the reason that I came to know and have a relationship with chess was through the pageant platform of Miss Universe. I really wanted to talk about how in pageantry we need to work to make it a positive and safe space, because unfortunately, in the modern age, pageantry has really evolved. Most of our platforms are now elevated to exist almost solely, if not for the most part, on social media. And it's great. It allows me as a representative, and how many more other representatives, hundreds every year, who represent their communities and their countries, to reach into an audience, to have an impact, to have their voices heard. But it also gives millions of people access to an individual. And unfortunately, there are two different sides of pageantry. There's either the really positive side, the supportive side. I feel empowered, I feel confident, I feel like I have a voice, I have a platform. And then there's the other side where I feel pressured. I feel I've been the subject of bullying, shaming. I've been pulled down. And I just think it's a really sad thing that it's so polarizing in that way. So there will always be naysayers and trolls online, and that is just a reality that we have to come to accept within the online platform that is pageantry. But I just want to touch on these three things. One, if you're a fan of pageantry, if you really subscribe to the platform of pageantry, if you're passionate about supporting your representative, please know the difference in the boundary between feedback and outright bashing, derogatory terms, harsh critique, just unkind things are better left unsaid. And as someone who has experienced it personally, it may feel like, oh, you're able to just say this, freedom of speech and everything, but it really does make an impact, especially when those comments come in the handfuls, in the tens and the hundreds. So please just be mindful of that. Second, to organizational bodies and even pageant communities that exist online, please take a stand. Do not tolerate that type of commentary on your platforms. There are certain tools that you could utilize, filtering words, having social media managers that really go through and just filter out the really below the belt, the really terrible comments, or just making a stand that that is not tolerated within the community that is pageantry. And third, to my fellow representatives or future delegates, if you ever witness that there is a supporter of yours, a fan of yours, a fan page of yours, actively taking part in putting down another representative, another country's delegate, or just putting out negativity online, I encourage you to privately message them. Take the time to just say, hey, I really appreciate that you're supporting me, but please, I hope that you would not use this platform to put down another contestant. Please just lift each other up. I've personally done that, and the fan pages have really responded very well because they idolize you. And so if you set that standard, if you say that shouldn't be tolerated, they will most likely follow you, and you really have to lead by example. And I know that pageantry, being online, again, it's never going to be rid of 100% of negativity, but we can all do our part to really not tolerate it. So it's a huge difference between just saying, oh yeah, it'll always be there, and then one for being, hey, no, that's not tolerated. It shouldn't be here. And we shouldn't have stories of young girls going through the system of pageantry, one that could potentially be so celebrated and so uplifting, empowering, and not having them have an experience where they're incredibly pressured and put down. My last point, I know I've talked longer than I'm supposed to.